Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is me, Miss Aisha Manzoor, and you all are watching my channel Chemistry Solutions. So, today in this lesson, we are going to learn about the chromatography. In Cambridge uh, syllabus, what we have to do under this topic, you have to describe how paper chromatography is used to separate mixture of soluble colored substances using suitable solvent. So this is the first point which we have to know, and then interpret simple chromatography to identify unknown substance by comparison with known substances. And another thing what we can do by using this chromatography, we can identify the pure and impure substances. So describe how paper chromatography is used to separate mixture of soluble colorless substances using a suitable solvent using a lubricating agent. So knowledge of specific lubricating agent is not required, like ninhydrin is used to identify the colorless spots of amino acids. That is not required to, to memorize the name of ninhydrin as a lubricating agent. So state and use the equation for the RF value. RF basically distance traveled by the substance divided by distance traveled by the solvent. So RF value of different substances are different. So that's why we can identify its present. Now come towards this exam style question. What basically the student analyze the colored solution using the chromatography. Complete the diagram to show where the spot colored solution should be placed on the paper on the level of the solvent. So in the answer, we have to show the spots on the chromatogram. It can be red and blue, right? We can make two more spots. It can be blue and green. So chromatogram dipped in the dilute hydrochloric acid. So if you are going to use this solvent, you will get these two colors. When you are going to dip it in alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, so two different colors will be identified by having this experiment. So chromatography is basically a technique, and the principle of chromatography is on the solubility. So more the soluble substance in the solvent, far away the spot will be formed on the chromatogram. So take the dropper to drop the substance to the center of filter paper and allow it to dry. So first of all, we have to drop the dropper by using dropper. Then there is stationary phase, material on which the separation take place, that is a stationary phase. Mobile phase is basically the mixture you want to separate that we are put on the paper, dissolved in the solvent, water or ethanol. Uh, the spot which we are applying on the chromatogram, this spot should be soluble in the solvent. So chromatogram, after what basically chromatogram is, after experiment, the paper which we got, that is called as the chromatogram, where we have the spot dots on the paper. The pure substance only show one dot on the paper, whereas the impure substance or mixture can show two or more dots on the paper. So RF value is the distance traveled by the substance divided by distance traveled by the solvent. This is the formula to calculate the RF value. There is no unit for the RF value. We measure it in centimeter by using scale in centimeter. So chromatography, solvent level below baseline. If we are talking about the below baseline, if this one is your baseline here, then your solvent level should be below. In the question they can ask draw the solvent level. So solvent level should be below the baseline. Draw a line in pencil near the bottom. This line will be with the pencil. Apply spot on the paper. Place paper in solvent with the solvent level. Then we will use the beaker. You have to dip it in the solvent level should be here, and you have to dip it here. If the alcohol is there or ethanol is there as a solvent, then we have to cover this. We will place the lid on this beaker as well. Then next is the place paper in solvent with solvent level below spots. Allow the solvent to travel up the paper. Make the solvent front to identify. At the last, we have to draw the solvent front. This one is the solvent front at the top of the uh, chromatography paper. So here is the solvent front. Make the solvent front to identify the components of the mixture, measure the RF values and compare with known data. Sometimes all the spots, very important points, sometimes all the spots, if we are talking the all the spots, sometimes all the spots are not visible since they may have same RF values. So locating agent is used to make visible colorless spots on chromatogram. Before applying locating agent, dry chromatogram in oven. First dry the chromatogram, then apply it, then dry it in oven. Chromatography, which the frequently asked questions in exams are, why is a pencil used in drawing the origin line or baseline in chromatography? The answer is pencil will dissolve. Pencil will dissolve as it will not give collize. I will give you the better answer because pencil will not dissolve as it will not give any color, which makes the experiment more it will not give, it is not dissolve in solvent and it is not going to interrupt our results. So pencil is basically not dissolved in water, but for the accuracy we have to check whether it is dissolved or not. We cannot use any ink pen because the other colored pen will dissolve in, so it can be dissolved in solvent and interrupt our results. When using ethanol, give a better apparatus arrangement and why. Cover the apparatus with the lid because ethanol is volatile. Volatile are those substances whose boiling points are just above the room temperature. If you will keep open it, it will start evaporating. So this is all about the process of chromatography. I hope so that you all have learned it very well. So consistency is the key of success. So signing off, Miss Aisha Manzoor.